Amelia, are you doing all right now?
Oh, it's you. I'm doing just fine, Pete. Why are you wanting to talk with me now?
I wanted to tell you about today and about how I just got invited out to a dinner. Would you please have dinner by yourself today? I'll be having my meal at that meeting and then I'll be able to come home.
Is that right? Oh, you poor thing, having to go out and be interrupted by people, even during the time of day when you should be having your dinner.
Well, this is all for the company after all. This is also for you and I and the family. So I'll do my best not to think about having to keep dealing with work into the late evening.
All right, well, good luck at that dinner today.
I will say this, though, and that is that I'm still not getting very used to working in the same building as my wife yet.
Really? I've totally gotten used to all of it now and don't even mind the fact that you're like my boss at times.
But there are times that I never get to see your face at all throughout the day while we're working, and that's leaving me feeling lonely.
Are you even coming into the office anymore? That's how it feels sometimes.
I'm sure that if you and I had to actually see one another every day while at work, things would become a little bit sour between you and I. So even though I'm not used to working in this same building as you, at least I know that you and I will continue to be happy with one another.
You have a great point there.
By the way, have you heard about Ty at all?
Ty? No, I haven't heard anything about him.
It sounds like Ty is going to be fired now.
What? I thought that he was just taking some time off work and now he's going to be fired? What ended up happening to him that led to all of that?
From what I'd heard, he was harassing other workers in the company with his status in the company. He was a very good employee to the company and all, so it is sad to see him go. But if that's how he's been treating other employees here, then so be it.
He's been harassing other employees? You're telling me the Ty we both know has been doing that here?
He was in the same department as you, right? Did things ever feel that way about him to you?
Not at all, Pete. He was one of the nicest people I'd been around, and if anything, he was the one always giving others compliments and such. And most of all, when I first came into this company and started to work alongside him, he did everything he could to show me the ropes and make sure I was comfortable with my job before letting me get work done on my own. He's been so generous to me. I have no idea how he would have been going out and harassing anyone.
But from what it looks like, there have been many complaints about him doing just that.
Who has been complaining about him so much?
This is what the executive director has said, and the one who's been affected by Ty's harassment the most has been the executive director's son.
You're talking about those two?
What's wrong, Amelia?
I know for a fact that they had just given Ty a bad name, Pete.
What? What do you mean by that? Explain to me, what's going on with that comment of yours?
Pete, you hold any of your final decisions and wait for me, all right?
What? But Amelia?
I know what's going on here. I need you to listen to what I'm going to have to tell you, so before you make the final decision to let Ty go, wait for me.
All right then, I can wait.
Hey, you! Are you going to be coming into the office again today?
Dave? Recently you've been acting very strange. Why have you been speaking to me like that? You do realize that I've been around these parts for much longer than you have and have been the one training you on plenty of things in this workplace. Could you please show me a bit more respect by talking to me in a more decent tone?
Huh? You're beneath me in this company, woman. You're just a measly part-timer after all, right?
The way you're thinking about that is not good, Dave.
Shut the hell up! I wanted to tell you that by having you around all the time in the office, you're causing my work to become defective and full of mistakes!
As far as I'm aware, me coming into work to get all of my tasks done has nothing to do with any of your work.
Just by having a freaking annoying old hag like yourself in the same office as me, my work is becoming flawed and it's causing me to look bad.
Old hag? Do not call me things like that ever again, Dave.
I'm just telling the truth. Stop acting like I've hurt you in any way by using those words.
Well, even if coming into this office is having a negative effect on you, I have work that I need to get done here, so I will be coming in again today.
Then stay away from this floor. This is the last thing I'm gonna tell you, all right?
But if I can't get to that floor and get to my desk, then I won't be able to get any of the work I've been entrusted to complete.
Nothing about this company is going to change by not having you coming into your office. Part-timers like yourself should be relegated to only cleaning the bathrooms for the rest of us. How about you go and do that instead?
As far as I'm aware, all of the cleaning of the building is left in the hands of the hired contractors we have. There is no reason for me to be doing their job for them.
Well, then tell me, what is the point in even having you as a part of this company at all? Why are you coming into this building every day to do this so-called work of yours?
I'm coming into work every day because I'm working for the company's sake.
Well, then you need to quit. You're getting in the way of far more important people, such as myself, which is hindering our work that's actually benefiting this company. So leave. And by the way, my dad is going to be the one firing you here soon, so I guess you don't have to go through the trouble of trying to quit after all.
I can tell that your father has already been at work firing people.
Of course he has been, and the same thing's gonna be happening to you after that warning you gave me before. I bet he tore you another one once he found out about what you said to me.
If you don't like to be warned about your mistakes, Dave, then you shouldn't have been making any in the first place.
Shut your freaking mouth! I will not be preached to by your old ass! You're going to be fired, so you go and get all your crap out of your desk right now!
I have not done anything that will get me fired by this company.
You're a freaking joke! As long as my dad and I make something happen, there's no way you'll be able to avoid being fired by this company!
I knew it. So you've both been doing things like that already.
Anyone that thinks they can stand up to me, I make sure they never come back to this office again! That's the way I make sure I stay on top and get paid here!
And so that's what you did to try and get rid of Ty, right?
You know about a lot of things for a part-timer. Both you and that bastard thought you could get away with warning me, like you guys are my parents or something, and that's why you have to go. I just have to tell my dad about things like that, and you'll be gone. That's why you'd better grab all your things today and get started on looking for a new place to work. Well, I'm sure not a single company in this state would be willing to hire such an annoying old hag as yourself, though.
Thank you, Dave. With this, I've finally been able to learn about what you and your father have been up to.
Hey, there's still all those other documents, right? I'm gonna be coming to the office right now to get them, so get them all together for me and place them on my desk.
What? From what I remember, that was the task you had been given, Dave.
Shut the hell up already! I had other things going on with my time, and so I never got around to all of it. And, since today is the day all those documents need to be handed in, I need you to work on them and place them on my desk. Well, I'm sure you're not going to be of much help there, though.
You went and told the manager that you'd have all those documents filled out and reviewed before today, right?
I happen to work at my own pace, all right? Don't tell me what to do while I'm there working.
I don't care how you get your work done, but the thing is, you're trying to get me to do all your work for you now that you said you'd take care of.
You don't have to think about it all that much. I'm telling you to do it all for me, so you get to it and do it.
Are you kidding me, Dave?
Such a waste of space. Part-timer like you is only good for one thing, and that one thing is listening to me and doing as I say. If you can't even do that one thing, then you're not worth being a part of this company. Do you really want to be fired right now? Huh?
Well, I'll try my best to get as many of these documents filled out as I can.
You should have been saying that from the very beginning, you old hag. Also, once you have all that work done and on my desk, I want you to clean my office space for me so that it shines. You know what'll happen to you if you're not able to get all of that done for me today, right?
Understood.
Hey, what is this all about?
What are you talking about now, Dave?
I'm not being let into the office building anymore. This stupid-ass security guard is trying to have me kicked off the property right now.
That seems to me like you found yourself in quite the predicament.
Stop messing around with me! He just told me I'm never going to be allowed into the office again, and that I need to hand him my badge. What the hell is going on here?
After the company put some thought into it, this was the choice that it made. If you are trying to figure out why something like this could be happening to you, search your memories, and I am sure you'll find your answer.
I have no memory of anything I've done. Do you know how much I've done for this company, coming into work every day and doing my job? I don't ever remember doing a goddamn thing that would have me kicked out of the office. If anything, it should be all of you useless idiots who continue to get in my way that should be kicked out of the office forever.
That's what I'm talking about, that right there.
Huh?
All of those comments, those hurtful remarks about the rest of employees and part-timers here is what has become a problem in the eyes of this company. To put it into more easy-to-understand terms, you have been harassing others in the workplace with your insults and threats.
What have I done that's considered workplace harassment?
How many times has it been now where you've gone and threatened me with being fired over things that you have no say in? That right there is a perfect description of you harassing me.
That wasn't meant to be me harassing you or anything.
Then tell me what all those comments and threats were.
Those were all warnings! I was warning you by letting you know that if you didn't get everything done like you're supposed to, that you'd be fired!
Is that right? Then what is going on with you bragging about how you could get anyone fired with the help of your father when they were getting in your way and causing you trouble?
You just took that the wrong way is all. Now shut it. Go and talk with the higher-ups and let them all know that they can't kick me out of this company.
I'm sorry, but we are far past all those talks now.
What do you mean?
It's not just me that you were causing problems for, but the rest of this department and employees as well. They have all spoken up about how often you've been harassing them, all because you think you can use your father's position to get your way. So even if I were to go and say something to them, all of the others wouldn't care and would gladly have you gone.
What? What?
Well, I'm not sure what all is going to be coming from this. But from what I've heard, you have to stay home from the office for the next couple of days while the company makes their final decision. So please go home now, Dave.
I see. So that's what's going on here. You've all gotten together and made crap up about me in order to get me fired. That's exactly what I could expect from a bunch of weaklings like you.
I'm sorry to say, but none of us have the ability to do such a thing and get away with it. And the same goes for you now, Dave.
No way, you're wrong. Unlike the rest of you dogs, I can get away with it, and I will. I'm someone you might call an elite.
Surprising, you sound like a 5-year-old talking about yourself like that now.
Shut your freaking mouth, you. I am an elite, and that's why I can talk about myself like this.
Then tell me, Mr. Elite, what are you planning on doing next that will get you out of your mess? I'm not sure there's anything else you can do to change the fate that you've made for yourself.
I have something up my sleeve. I have the power to wipe you all out from that company, no matter how much you all try to make me look like a bad guy.
I'm not sure you'll be able to do such a thing. What you've done has found its way all throughout the company now, so good luck trying to make yourself look good in the eyes of every single one of us. I'm sure you can't do that, though, because a lot of people who have made the decision are far above you in every manner. You see, if what you've been doing wasn't as bad as everyone has made it out to be, then why would the company be kicking you out and sending you home?
That has nothing to do with what I have in store. I have a way to change all the views of me from those higher-ups, and I'm going to do just that.
Then tell me, how are you going to make that happen?
Do you have any idea who I am? Do you have any idea who my dad is?
I'm very sorry to have to say this, but this time I'm not so sure your executive director father will be able to do anything for you.
That's how I'm going to win this, with my dad's power. He's the executive director of this company, and he can do anything I ask. And I'd just like to say that he and I are both very good friends of this company's CEO. All we have to do is go and have a word with the CEO directly about this, and he'll have all you disgusting rats kicked out of this company forever.
Is that right? You and your father are both friends of the CEO?
Of course we are! So what are you going to do now? I think your best choice would be to start apologizing to me right now for all you've tried to do.
Kidding me? No way I'm apologizing to you. Go right ahead and see what happens when you go crying to the CEO about this.
Just don't say I didn't warn you first. We'll see what happens to all of you next. Mr. CEO, could you please listen to what I have to say?
Ah, it's you! You've really gone and done it to us all this time.
Now hold on just a second. This is all a trap that was set for me to fall into. I'm being portrayed as the bad guy right now.
Oh, you're being set up then? Do you care to explain to me in what way you've been set up?
I have not been harassing anyone in the workplace, all right? I've been focusing on my own work and everything while everyone else in the department has been making plans to try to get rid of me.
Then why has all of this happened if you weren't harassing anyone? Why would everyone want you out of this company so badly that they'd set a trap for you and lie?
This is all because of that old hag that's in my department, Amelia. That jerk went through all the work of making me look bad in order to have me sent home.
I wonder why that could be.
She's the kind of bitch that won't let anything go until she has her way. She's the thing that you should be wanting to kick out of this company, not me.
Ah. So you're saying all of that about my wife?
What? What did you just say about her?
That woman working in the same department as you has been my wife, Amelia. She's been working part-time for the company for years now, and does so because she has things to attend to at home for us as well. And now you're saying that my wife has something against you and is so selfish that she can't handle anything not going her way?
Well, that's right? Wait, she's really your wife?
That's right. And from what her and all her co-workers have told me, she views everyone as her family here. She's even called the mom of this company, because she spends a lot of her time here making sure everyone is doing okay and is on their A-game. So I'm really not too sure that Amelia would ever go through any trouble to set a trap for someone else and lie about what they've done.
But this is the truth! Is something like workplace harassment? Why would I ever do something like that to any of the employees here?
As far as I'm aware, Dave, from what more than half of that department you've been in has told me, you have been harassing them while they've been in the office. And so we've had to begin an investigation into just how far you've taken things here.
I know about all of that, yes.
Do you know why all of this is happening to you now, then?
Wait, this is all happening because your wife got everyone to help her in taking me down for something I haven't been doing, right?
Wrong. This is all happening because we learned that you were the one that became unhappy with Ty and had him fired by your father. Ty happens to be a very trusted and well-respected man in this company, someone who everyone loved and talked about. And that man, who would never even hurt a fly, fell victim to your harassment as you went and had him fired. When everyone else in the office heard about that, they all started to worry about what you'd do to them all next.
But
When I learned the truth behind everything, I was left speechless. And I learned that I'm also responsible for what all has happened by not taking action sooner. But before I have to pay for my failures to this company, you will have to receive your punishment.
Crap!
For the time being, you will not be allowed in the workplace, and your salary will be halved. And once HR has gone through and done their full investigation into you, I believe that you will be fired for what you've done. So please, prepare yourself for that.
Crap! You really did a good job hiding all of that from me.
So how were your talks with the CEO? What all did my husband have to say to you?
I never freaking thought that you'd turn out to be the CEO's wife!
I'm sure he didn't have any room for your words in his head and let them fly into one ear and out the other, right?
Well, since you happen to be the CEO's wife, then all of this will be quick. You go and tell the CEO right now that what he's doing is wrong, and to have all those investigations into me ended.
And why should I, of all people, have to listen to you and go do all of that?
Do you have any idea how much I've done for this company, and how much this company has benefited from having me working for it? You know more than anyone about all the accomplishments I have, right?
I am well aware of all of them. You happen to accomplish a lot while working in this department.
That's right! So you know that if I'm fired from the company and never come back, there will be hell to pay, and the company will never be as good as it is today!
I'm sure there will be some hell to pay, but there would be even more hell to pay by having someone like yourself continue working in this company.
What? Huh? What are you saying now?
You and your father worked together and had quite a few employees in this company fired for no good reason. All of that is very well known now, and there is no erasing the stains you've left behind. Because we had to lose quite a few employees now, some of the best this company had due to your guys' selfish ways. That has been a very major loss for this company, and we will not be allowing that to happen again.
You're wrong! There were very good reasons for why all of them had to be fired!
Well, luckily, the investigation has been doing wonders in finding out what those reasons were. They happen to be lies that your father and you would tell about them, and you'd even go through the trouble of making false evidence in order to fool HR. Well, there's still a lot of time left for those investigations, so only time will tell just what lengths the two of you have really gone to. This company is planning to pay those employees that had to be fired a large amount for their troubles. And then this company will be taking the two of you to court and forcing you both to pay up for the damages you've caused to us. That's the plan, Dave.
You're going to have us pay the company? Why the hell do I have to pay something like that to the company?
Because as I said, you caused some major damages to this company and we have to make up for them. This is what happens when you cause harm to someone or something else.
well, whatever. I'll pay whatever the company is asking me for.
Oh, you really will? Well, that was fast. I'm sure it's going to be a large amount the company is asking for, so are you sure you can pay it all off?
I don't need your worries. My dad has been the executive director of the company for a long time now, so I'll be able to pay up.
Well, that's just wonderful to hear.
And let me just say, don't consider this a win for yourself.
What? Why would you say that?
While you all have been so busy with those investigations, my dad and I have been talking with the board and all of the company's investors, and we're going to have the CEO changed at once. Then my dad will be made the CEO of the company, and he'll make sure to get rid of all the talks about me harassing others within the workplace, and we'll be back on track to having control. And after all of that, every single one of you that said I was harassing will be fired!
That's going to be impossible for you two.
Huh? Well, why do you think you can call something like that impossible?
Because I can. Like I'd said to you before, your dad is now the ex-executive director.
Huh? Why the hell is he being taken out of that position now?
You know why, right? The both of you were working together to have people wrongfully fired from the company while also harassing the employees. There's no reason it'd only be you getting punished for all your actions. He was doing the same things you were and even helped you with them.
You have to be freaking kidding me right now. If that's the case, then that would mean the both of us are being fired.
I'm sure that anyone can see that being the case now.
Wait a second, all right? All of the things that I had to do were because of him, because of my dad asking me to do them. I had to go through with all of that unwillingly. I never wanted to harass anyone or threaten them.
This is becoming a bit annoying, Dave. You seem to keep changing the story and your behavior over and over again to fit what you want. Do you really think I'm going to keep listening to you when you do such childish things like that?
But I'm telling you the damn truth here! I didn't want to do any of that, but my dad was making me do everything, or else he'd have me fired!
It's so funny how similar you are to your father.
How similar I am to him! Don't you freaking dare compare me to that bastard!
I will, though, because you both are one and the same. Because your father was saying the exact same things to me about you. He told me that everything he went through with was all because of you forcing him to do so.
No way he'd say that! Dad?
So no matter what excuses you may have for your actions, we all know the both of you went through with everything willingly. Next time you want to try and have an alibi, how about you and your father agree on it first?
Am I really going to be fired now?
I'm sorry to have to say this, but yes, we have to fire those who know nothing about their status in the workplace. After both Dave and his father had been fired from the company, they found themselves in a difficult and heartbreaking situation. Both of them made every effort to find new employment, but the world they lived in wasn't particularly kind, and it seemed that no one was willing to take them on after the scandal that had unfolded. Their resumes were now tainted by the event that had caused them to lose their previous positions, and every time they reached out to a potential employer, they were met with rejection. This constant failure and frustration only made matters worse. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, their circumstances began to deteriorate rapidly. The stress of not being able to provide for their basic needs weighed heavily on both Dave and his father. Their home, which had once been a place of warmth, became a battleground where the two began to take out their frustrations on each other. It wasn't long before their verbal arguments escalated into physical fights. Shouting matches, broken objects, and slamming doors became the new normal for them. Their anger, mixed with the overwhelming stress, made it feel like there was no escape from the constant tension.
The most troubling part was how their financial troubles affected their ability to keep up with payments. The bills kept piling up, and the pressure of maintaining their home became too much to bear. They tried to make ends meet by borrowing money from wherever they could, but that only led to further financial ruin. Their inability to provide for their basic needs, coupled with the constant arguing and violence, made things unbearable. It wasn't long before the neighbors began to notice the turmoil. The screams, the loud crashes, and the sounds of things being broken could be heard through the thin walls of their house. On several occasions, the neighbors had called the police, worried about the welfare of Dave and his father. When the officers arrived, the sight of broken glass and doors being slammed was enough to confirm that things had gone from bad to worse. The neighbors' frustration with the situation eventually reached a boiling point. They no longer felt safe with the constant disruptions and commotion coming from the house. Some even pushed for the police to intervene, insisting that Dave and his father be removed from the neighborhood. The pressure from the community became unbearable, and in the end, they were driven out of the area. But their troubles did not end there. Soon after, they were taken to court, where they were faced with the legal responsibility of paying off the settlements demanded by my husband's company. The court proceedings were harsh, and although they eventually secured a large loan to pay off the debt, it left them with nothing. Their savings were gone, wiped out by the cost of the settlement. Now they were left with very little money and no real options for rebuilding their lives. With no other choice, Dave and his father had to leave and search for a new place to live. Dave's father ended up moving out to the countryside, where he found part-time work on a local farm, hoping to start anew in a quieter and simpler life. As for Dave, he found himself working at a fast food restaurant on the side of the highway. Although it was a small job, it was all he could find at the time. He was still struggling, holding on to the hope that one day he would find a better opportunity that would help him pull himself out of the hole he was in.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Do you understand now? That is what I mean. My husband and I will be coming to live with Mom and Dad now, so get out of that place, you partnerless parasite. I already thought it was pretty strange that you're coming back on such short notice, but now this? What have you been doing this whole time out there, Zoe? Where did you end up running off to? Also, you got married without ever telling any of the family about it? I just got away from my hometown for a bit and got to work. I happen to be different than my 36-year-old sister who still lives at home with her parents like the day I left her. What kind of work were you doing? That has nothing to do with you, Faith. And after today, things between you and I will be over forever. You're cutting ties to me? So you're really going to mean it this time then, right? I hope you realize that we aren't in elementary school anymore, and by cutting ties to me, you're ruining any scrap of family ties we had left with each other. Well, considering you still act like an elementary schooler, I really do hope you don't start crying for me to come back to you. And if you want me to prove that you're still acting like you're 10, look at the life you're living. You haven't done anything with your life yet, and I'm sure you're not even working a job either. I'm sure things after today will only become more difficult for you, but you'll just have to try your best to learn about the real world in your 40s. Actually, I feel like I've been working too much. I'm at the point where I'm wanting to quit my job. Liar. You don't even work a job. Dad has all the money you'll ever need after all, right? I've been so jealous of you because all you've had to do your whole life is live in that penthouse with him. Wait, that penthouse is... But this time, it's my turn to experience the glamorous life. Don't you ever come back here, all right? That penthouse is all mine to have now. What? Are you sure you really want that place to yourself? Of course. That kind of high-end room would be much better suited for someone like me in the first place. If you're going to take it, that would be a huge favor for me. Thank you so much, Zoe. I'll get to work having the name on that place switched over to yours now. Just sit back and wait. Once I've finished up all this paperwork for you, then the whole place will be all yours to keep. Well, you've changed your mind pretty quickly. Hurry up and get all that paperwork done for me then, and bring it to me once you're done. I suppose you are a bit smarter than even I was thinking. Even if you can understand that a luxurious place such as that was too much for yourself. I wouldn't say it was too much for me. Rather, I just didn't enjoy living there at all. If you're going to be taking it away from me, that'll be huge. Why are you trying to act so tough now? I'm being serious right now. But could you at least let me stay here with all of you until I've found myself a new place to call home? Absolutely not. You've already leached off of Dad enough, being 36 years old now and still living in a place like that with him and Mom. Starting today, my husband and I are coming over to start our new lives there, so get lost already. I see. Good luck then. You're the one who will need this luck.
Hi, Faith. It was nice to meet you just a second ago. By the way, this is your sister's husband, Tyler. I was able to get your number from Zoe after I asked.
I see. Nice to meet you, Tyler. So is there something you still need from me?
Actually, I have some very good news to tell you right now. Have you been feeling pretty stressed out lately?
What? Stressed out? Well, I assume that everyone feels a lot of stress at certain points in their life. I guess I did just get kicked out of that house a little bit ago, right?
And that's probably gotten you pretty stressed out, right? Well, I happen to have a picture that I can give you to hang in your next house that'll take all of your stress away.
What did you say?
All you have to do is put it up in your house somewhere. If you do that, anytime you have a look at it, your stress will go away. I can tell you all sorts of accounts from people that really tried it and said it worked for them.
Wait, hold on a minute. What are you talking about, Tyler? What's this picture of?
One person told me that just by putting this picture up in their house, they were able to find a lover. Others have said after putting it on their wall, they were promoted at work. Even some saying that their parents came back from the dead after putting it up. Everyone has said that this picture really changed their life.
What do you mean their parents came back from the dead? That has to be a lie, right? If you're trying to sell me something, at least make it a bit more believable.
So what do you think about this picture? It normally retails for $6,500, but just for you, considering your family, I can drop that price down to $5,000.
That's insanely expensive. Who was the one that ended up taking that picture or painting it?
It's a painting, pardon me for calling it a picture then, and I cannot tell you who painted it. That's a secret within the business. So what do you say? There is a lot of stress in this world, so having this painting at home would really help you out.
I don't need that. So is this the kind of work you both have been doing together then?
Excuse me? What do you mean by this kind of work?
You and Zoe have been going around scamming people with fake items like you were just trying to do with me, right? Jeez, I hate scammers like you.
Huh? This is not some scam. How could you say something like that about the hard work I've been doing? How about you give this item a try before you start to claim it's a scam, and then we'll see who talks.
I guess it isn't right for me to claim something before I've even tried, whatever it is you're selling. But you just told me people have said it brought their dead parents back. What the heck? Who would believe something like that, Trent?
I'm just telling you what all my lovely customers have told me about this painting. So what's it gonna be, Sophie? Are you gonna be buying this wonderful painting from me today?
I'm not buying that trash. I don't believe in magical paintings or whatever else you're selling anyway. And you should stop selling that crap to others as well.
There are people that want things like this, though, that need things like this. How can you tell a stranger like me what to do with my life and who I sell this product to?
You are my brother-in-law now, so you're no stranger to me.
Did you not hear anything from Zoe then? She told me that she's cut ties to you.
And like I was saying to her, if she wants to cut ties to me, then she'd better mean it. You both seem to be some really big idiots.
How dare you call us idiots like that? Well, whatever. If you're not gonna buy this painting off me, then there's no use in talking with you anymore.
Good. Thank you for noticing that, and goodbye forever. Hey, what are these scams that you're trying to sell people? Like that magical painting or whatever the heck. I just got a text from Tyler a second ago trying to sell me one of those. Huh? We have nothing to do with you now, Faith. We cut ties to you, so stop texting me about all of that. I understand that, but there's just one more thing I wanted to check with you about. You're doing all right, right? I just want to make sure things with you are fine because now that I'm out of that house, I'm going to move far away. I might even move overseas or something if I can. So if you need anything before I go, please tell me. I don't need you for anything, Faith. You aren't important to anything I have going on in my life. Now go and get out of here to whatever country you're wanting to move to. All right then. You seem to be perfectly fine with everything then. You were the one that read through all that paperwork I gave you and signed it after all. Of course I'm fine. Now leave me the hell alone and never talk to me again. Even Mom and Dad know that they love me more than they ever loved you. But that makes sense to you as well, right? I happen to have a cute face and all and have done well for myself. I'm totally used to those two always comparing me to you. Ever since we were little, you always happened to be their favorite, but I could never understand why that was. Maybe you were always just really good at sucking up to them or something, and that's why they both put all their attention into you. Okay, I can see that you're really jealous of my ability to actually communicate with others. Now, I'm going to block your phone number. Send whatever else you'd like to me, but I am never going to see it. Blocking me so soon? Well, good luck then. You're going to need it. Hey, what is going on here? I just got a notice saying that this place is being seized from me. Didn't you block me 2 months ago or something? Shut the hell up and answer me. What is going on here? Ah, that might be because no one has been paying off the loan. If you just start to pay the bank again, then they'll let you keep the penthouse. What loan? Since when was there a loan? What? In order to live in that place, you have to pay $3,000 each month in order to pay off the loan that was taken to pay for it. Huh? Wait, I never heard anything about there being a loan like that. This place is already paid for and owned by Dad, right? That place is owned by someone, but that someone is me. And it wasn't paid off completely since I was having to work hard to pay off the loan on that place every month. Well, then start paying for it again. Take care of your responsibilities, dang it. Wait, here's the thing, though. The person who needs to pay off that loan now is you, Zoe. What? You signed all of that paperwork to become the new owner of that penthouse, right? On those papers, it was written clear as day that you'd also have to start paying off that loan. Did you never read any of that? What? I would never read through all of that. Who the hell would want to read through all that fine print? A lot of people who happen to care about the home they're taking over. Also, I told you to make sure to read through all of those papers first before signing, right? I know that, but I was sure there was no reason for me to have read all of that. You knew that I was never going to read any of those papers, and that's why you just handed them to me and watched me sign them. Well, perhaps I did do that knowing you wouldn't read them, or perhaps I didn't. But there's nothing you can do about that now, is there? Just know that right now, at this moment, that penthouse is not yours. And that means you are now the one responsible for paying off that loan. I can't pay off a loan like this. I have no way to pay it off. Crying about that to me won't do you any good, though. Why not try borrowing some money in order to pay it all off? Right now, I just want you to come back to this place. I need you to help me keep this place and tell the bank to back off. If they take it from me, the whole family will be in trouble. I have no reason to go back there, and I couldn't even if I wanted to. I'm in Germany right now. Huh? Germany? Where the hell is that place? I told you before that I'd be going overseas, right? I moved away from the States and I won't be coming back there for some time now. I was finally able to free myself from those crappy parents and that huge loan they stuck me with, so it's my turn to have some fun and enjoy life. Then what the hell are we all supposed to do now? I don't know. You're all grown adults now, right? You're the one that signed all those papers, so you're going to have to figure that whole problem out on your own. Figure this all out? I thought this place was already paid for and owned by Dad. And to make matters worse for me, Dad doesn't even have any money right now. I know all about that because I was forced to take care of both Mom and Dad and take on that penthouse. You can understand now why I wanted to get away from all of you the moment my shackles were undone, right?
Are you serious? Then how the hell were you able to pay $3,000 a month to live in a place like this?
I happen to be a freelance designer, so through a lot of hard work and big deals, I was able to make enough money to take care of Mom, Dad, and the penthouse. But you happen to have Tyler with you there, so the both of you can find a way to pay off that loan and have yourself a very nice penthouse, right?
How are we supposed to pay off that loan, though? The both of us are unemployed at the moment.
What?
The reason we came all the way back here to live with Mom and Dad is because we lost both of our jobs and couldn't pay our rent. Yet now we're both being asked to pay even more for this place because the loan still hasn't been paid off.
So that's why your husband is going around trying to scam people now? But here's the thing, Zoe. For right now, there's nothing I'll be able to do from here. After all, you guys cut ties to me, and you also happen to have your name on that penthouse now.
Wait. Come on now. This is all way too messed up, right? Are you actually going to just leave us all behind now? How dare you throw your own family away like that, you jerk?
Aren't you embarrassed to be saying something like that about me right now?
What I did does not matter right now. You're the one throwing both your mom and dad away as well right now, making you the worst.
Did you know that the day you said you were coming back to move in with them, they told me they didn't need me anymore? I knew it. The only daughter they actually care about is you, so there's no need for me to be a part of that family anymore. That's how things have always been between you and I, and after hearing that from them, I can't be bothered with any of you guys anymore.
You are crying like a baby right now. Who cares about how crappy your past was?
I'm sure to you my past means nothing at all, but having to live almost half of my life being treated that way by you all, it takes a toll. But guess what? I never let all of that get to me and still went ahead with getting a loan to buy that penthouse. And ever since then, I've been taking care of those two ungrateful jerks. I think I've done more than enough now and have proven myself to be a very good daughter, even when all of my family around me were monsters. And that's why I am over you all now.
Then what am I going to do? I can't do this. This is going to be the end for me.
I'm sure it will be.
Listen, you! Are you really gonna throw your own little sister away like that? If you don't take care of her, she's really going to fall apart! Is that what you want to happen to her?
You can cry about this all you want, but what's happening right now to her is called getting what she deserves. You all are becoming pains in my ass again, so would you just leave me out of it?
You really are a terrible older sister. I guess I'll have to introduce her to one of my friends that can lend her some cash. The interest rate is pretty high, but we just need someone to give us some money right now.
I see. Then please go and do that for her.
They're not someone we should be trusting, though. Are you really okay with me introducing her to them?
You guys were the ones who couldn't be trusted before when you were trying to scam me with whatever magical painting that was. So if anything, you all are alike in some ways. I'm sure that your friend you plan to introduce her to happens to be a loan shark, so maybe the fear of not paying them back will incentivize you both into getting actual jobs.
What? Your sister is gonna fall into eternal debt if you let this happen. She'll never find her way out. This is the dark side of society that you'll be sending her into, and it's a scary, scary place.
What kind of threat is this? I don't care about either of you guys, so go ahead and do it if you want to. It really will not affect me one bit. Your only choice now is to find someone to lend you money, right? Or else you'll be losing that penthouse to the bank.
I know. Then I guess this will be it for us. But let me just warn you that I'm a convicted criminal. I was convicted for assaulting someone.
You're a convicted criminal, huh? That's wonderful.
What the hell does that mean? Do you have any idea what I could do to you? I have experience messing all kinds of people up who've gotten in my way, and I could do the same thing to you if you keep acting like a selfish prick. Or better yet, if you don't help us out over here, then who's to say what could happen to your sister and your parents?
Oh, so that's what you're talking about now. Well, tell me how things go there after you've done whatever it is you're going to do.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I'm threatening you right now. Are you trying to tell me that you don't care about your family being ground to a pulp by me at any moment now?
Listen here, Tyler. There's no way you'd ever be able to do that to them. I know the kind of person you are deep down, and you're not the kind of person you're trying to make yourself out to be.
What? How would you know who I am?
I can tell this is all a lie. You're just trying to act tough is all. And even if you were telling the truth, what makes you think I care about my family anymore anyway?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that you are nothing more than a pet to Zoe. You aren't as strong as you want others to think you are, but you keep on trying to trick people into believing so because of Zoe. She's the one that's doing this to you, right? Just like she did to me in the past, she's hurting you by always making you feel weak and like you're worth nothing. You're trying to act all tough now in order to make her happy and look better to her, but I can tell that all you are in reality is a simple chump. Whatever happened to your side of the family in all of this? She was the one that married you and became a part of your family, yet you guys aren't going to them for any help and have moved in with my parents. I'm pretty sure the reason you never talk to them anymore is because Zoe told you not to, right?
You might be right about all of that, actually. The person that made the painting I've been trying to sell was my dad. Before Zoe told me to stop talking to them, he asked me to take it, and I couldn't say no to him. But ever since then, I've been trying to sell it by saying whatever people want to hear about it.
I see. Everyone's having a pretty hard time with something then, huh?
I understand there's no way for me to get you to help us, and to tell you the truth, I don't have a friend who can lend us money right now. I was just trying to make you worry about your sister. We just can't give up here, though. We need you to give us some money.
Wild. So you both really are just two idiots, huh? Not shocked by that, though.
Hey, please help us. There's nothing else we can do here, so please.
What now? I thought I was finally free from ever having to talk to you again.
No matter what we try, we can't get any money. We even went out and got a small loan from a loan shark, but now they keep coming to the house asking where their money is that we owe them.
Well, you should have known that would start to happen when you borrowed from a loan shark, right? You should have been prepared for something like that to start happening.
I know that, but coming to the house every day asking for their money back is too often. I can't even leave this place anymore because the moment I step out of the house, someone is standing there asking for the money and they will follow me all over town.
Okay, then what do you want me to do about that?
I'm not going to ask you to start paying off all these loans again, but can you at least pay this loan shark so he'll get off our backs?
So you want me to pay that guy back for you so that you never have to see his guys again?
If we don't get them to leave us alone, things will only get worse. They haven't done anything directly to us yet, but every time they're around, they're taking pictures and videos of us.
So how much will it cost to pay them back?
We borrowed $100,000 from the guy at first, thinking we could live off that for 2 to 3 years. $100,000? I don't have that kind of money, you dunce. I'm in a completely different country right now, Zoe. I have to pay for myself right now and don't have that kind of money to just hand to beggars. I get that, but just make something happen for us, please. You have to have at least $100,000 in your bank account, right?
Zoe, for crying out loud, are you not embarrassed to be asking me things like this now, after all those years of making me feel like an outcast in the family? You are supposed to be the one that is good at communicating with others and have made it this far in life, right? You should be able to handle all that yourself.
This isn't a problem of whether I can handle all of this or not.
What is Tyler doing right now?
Right now, Tyler is working his butt off every day. He gave up on trying to sell that painting. He told me there's no point in him trying to sell it anymore because nobody is falling for his scam anyway. But even though he's working a serious job now, he still isn't making enough to pay off that loan shark.
Well, you made things tough on you both by having him cut ties to his parents. At least he's trying his best now to make some money in the legal way, so maybe you should be trying that as well.
I told you that even with him working a job, he's not making enough to pay anyone off. Do something about this.
Jesus, Zoe, I don't know what else to say to you. Your husband is at least trying to handle things on his own, while his wife is sitting here whining like a baby. Go find a frickin' job, you bum! If you both put a little work into it, then you'll be able to pay everything off eventually.
So that's the only option then? I didn't want to have to work at all, and that's why I came home to Mom and Dad. I never thought that Tyler would be trying so hard either.
Go work a job and pay that loan shark. Now, you guys are all strangers to me, right?
The only thing left to do is try.
That's right. You can only try. So with all of that being settled, this time for sure we are cutting ties to one another. After everything that happened, Zoe realized she couldn't keep living the way she had been for so long. For years, she had coasted through life relying on the generosity of others, whether that was family, friends, or even strangers who were just willing to lend a hand. She never really had to worry about the long-term consequences of her actions, as she always seemed to have someone around to pick up the slack. But the events that had unfolded over the past several months had shaken her to her core. No longer could she afford to rely on others. The weight of debt and responsibility came crashing down on her in a way that no amount of excuses or temporary solutions could alleviate. It was a rude awakening, and she finally saw things for what they really were. Zoe knew it was time for a change, and it needed to be drastic. Determined to break free from the toxic cycle she had been stuck in, Zoe went out and secured a part-time job. It wasn't glamorous by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a start. She knew that this was just the first step toward becoming the person she needed to be. She had no choice now but to face reality head-on and take control of her own destiny. The problem was that Zoe had never really worked before, not in the sense that required real effort and long-term commitment. Sure, she had helped out in various ways here and there, but she had always managed to sidestep the truly challenging tasks, relying on other people to shoulder the burden for her. This time, there was no avoiding it. The bills were stacking up, the creditors were relentless, and the pressure was mounting. Tyler was depending on her now, and she couldn't afford to let him down. Getting up early every day to head to her part-time job was grueling. Zoe found herself exhausted more often than not, but she pushed through. She had to. She wasn't just working for herself anymore, she was working for the both of them, and Tyler's well-being was now in her hands. The demands of the job were unlike anything she had faced before, and at times she wanted to throw in the towel, but it wasn't easy. It felt foreign to her, and there were moments when she doubted whether she could keep it up. But Zoe wasn't a quitter. She had to keep going. Once she had settled into the rhythm of her part-time work, Zoe set her sights on a full-time position. She spent countless hours scouring job boards, fine-tuning her resume, and preparing for interviews. She was dedicated, but even so, the process was draining. Each rejection felt like a setback. Each door that closed was another reminder of how far she had to go. The world seemed indifferent to her struggles, and the mounting weight of her responsibilities threatened to break her. But Zoe wasn't about to give up. She knew that success wasn't instantaneous. It required time, patience, and perseverance. She reminded herself over and over again that every rejection brought her one step closer to the right opportunity. Slowly but surely, after what felt like an eternity of effort, she began to see the fruits of her labor. One job offer came through, then another, and before long, Zoe found herself in a much better financial position than she ever had been in before. But even then, it still wasn't enough. Not yet. Despite her best efforts, the debt continued to hang over her like a storm cloud. The bills didn't stop coming, and the collection agencies seemed to be growing more and more aggressive in their pursuit of repayment. Zoe and Tyler were constantly on edge and always worried about how they would manage to make ends meet. They lived paycheck to paycheck, and each day felt like a delicate balancing act. One wrong move, one unexpected expense, and everything could come crashing down. But Zoe was determined not to let that happen. Every morning she would wake up, face her fears, and put in the work to keep their fragile financial situation afloat. Despite the mounting stress, there were moments when Zoe began to see a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, things would get better. However, while Zoe and Tyler were fighting to stay afloat, Zoe's parents were becoming increasingly bitter about the situation. They had once lived a life of luxury, comfortable in the knowledge that their daughter and her partner would always be able to support them. But now things had changed, and they were not happy about it. Zoe's decision to take charge of her own life and her finances had not gone over well with them.
They couldn't understand why she was choosing to struggle instead of relying on them like she always had before. The resentment they felt was palpable. "You had it so much better when you were living with your sibling," her mother would say, her voice dripping with disdain. "We never should have let you take charge of anything. We could have done so much more for you if you had just stayed with us. Look how much we sacrificed for you. You owe us." The constant criticism, the biting remarks, it all became unbearable for Zoe. It was as though her parents were blaming her and Tyler for their own failures, and refusing to take any responsibility for the choices they had made. The tension in the penthouse grew, the atmosphere thick with anger and frustration. Zoe had tried to remain calm, to reason with her parents, but it seemed like they were hell-bent on making her feel guilty for everything that had gone wrong. Finally, one day, things came to a head. After weeks of passive-aggressive comments and open hostility, Zoe's parents gave her an ultimatum. "You're out," they said, their voices cold and final. "Pack your things and leave." Zoe and Tyler stood there stunned. They had tried everything they could to keep the peace, to make things work, but now after everything they had been through, they were being kicked out of the penthouse they had once called home. The worst part? The penthouse was still in Zoe's name, which meant she was legally bound to continue paying the mortgage, despite the fact that she wasn't allowed to live there anymore. For a brief moment, Zoe felt defeated. She didn't know what to do, and it seemed like every effort she had made had been for nothing. But then something shifted inside of her. She realized that this was her breaking point. This was the moment when she needed to stop being a passive participant in her own life and take control. If her parents thought they could throw her out without facing any consequences, they had another thing coming. With a newfound sense of strength, Zoe marched back into the penthouse. She wasn't going to take this lying down. She wasn't going to let them push her around anymore. "This place is in my name," she said firmly as she stood in front of them. "If I'm paying for it, I'm living in it. You two need to go." Her parents were taken aback by her sudden assertiveness. They had never seen her like this before. For a moment there was silence. They didn't know how to respond. But Zoe wasn't backing down. She stood her ground, and eventually her parents had no choice but to leave. In the end, Zoe had the upper hand, but her victory was bittersweet. Now, with no place to call their own, Zoe's parents were forced to confront the reality of their situation. They had no choice but to camp out on the sidewalks near the building that housed the penthouse, hoping for some stroke of luck to turn their fortunes around. Their once luxurious lifestyle had been reduced to living out of a bag on the street, and the humiliation they felt was palpable. It was a far cry from the world they had once known, and in many ways, it was exactly what they deserved. Meanwhile, Tyler's parents were facing their own set of problems. What Zoe and Tyler had never known was that Tyler's family had been running a shady operation for years. Tyler's father had been selling fake paintings, passing them off as original works of art. For years, they had fooled many unsuspecting buyers, making a considerable profit off of their deception. But eventually, their fraud caught up with them. The FBI raided their home, exposing their activities and arresting them both on charges of fraud. Tyler's parents were now in prison, facing serious legal consequences. They had been given a bail amount that was well beyond what they could afford, and they began calling Zoe and Tyler every day, pleading with them to pay the bail. "Please," they begged over the phone, "we're your family. You can't just leave us here like this." Zoe and Tyler had been through so much already. They had their own financial problems, their own emotional toll to contend with. The idea of taking on even more responsibility, especially for parents who had never been there for them when it mattered, felt like too much to bear. Every time the phone rang with another desperate plea, it was like another weight was added to their already overburdened shoulders. As for me, life had never been better. I had recently landed a prestigious job in Zurich, designing clothing for a world-class fashion brand. It was an incredible opportunity and one that I had worked tirelessly to achieve. The job meant that I would soon be moving to Switzerland, and the excitement was overwhelming. I was thrilled for the chance to begin with this new chapter in my life. And as if that wasn't enough, I had recently started dating someone. He was from Germany, and although our relationship was still in its early stages, there was something promising about it. The proximity of Switzerland and Germany meant that we would have the chance to make our long-distance relationship work, something that I hadn't thought was possible before. Although it wasn't the ideal situation, both of us were committed to seeing where this journey would lead, and that gave me the sense of hope and excitement for the future. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Tiffany, it's been so long. How have you been?
Kayla? Wait, is that really you? It's been ages.
Of course it's me. Why are you so surprised to hear from me after all this time?
I mean, I just thought you'd stopped contacting me completely. I honestly didn't expect to hear from you again. It's been, what, 3 years since we last talked like this?
I see. Well, the truth is, I don't really have any intention of staying in touch from here on out either. I just thought I should reach out this time.
Oh, I see. Well, then what changed? Why are you suddenly texting me now?
Well, I've come back to my parents' house for a while. I've decided to stay here for a bit.
Wait, seriously? You're back there? But I thought you'd already moved on with your life and wouldn't come back.
Yeah, I showed up and found the place completely empty. So guess what? I ended up taking over the house in your absence.
Wait, what? What do you mean you took over? The house was still supposed to be shared, right? It's still our family's property, isn't it?
Well, you were living there all by yourself for such a long time, weren't you? No one else was using it, so I figured it's only fair that I step in now. The house should have been available to both of us, but it seems you were holding on to it all this time, thinking no one else would need it.
Well, you didn't have to say it like that. It's not like I was trying to keep the house from you on purpose. After our parents passed away, I had no choice but to stay in the house by myself. I didn't want to, but I had to.
Right, I understand, but it's not like I have any ill feelings toward you or anything. However, I do want to let you know that from now on, my family and I will be living here. So I think it would be best if you started looking for another place to stay.
Wait, what are you talking about? You're saying you're moving in here and I need to leave? This is the house I've been looking after.
Well, yes, but you're not even here. You've been gone for such a long time that it doesn't really make any sense for you to keep controlling everything. I'm sorry, but my family needs a place to live now, and this is where we're going to be staying from now on.
But I'm still responsible for this house. I've been managing everything while you were gone. How can you just come in and take everything from me?
Wow, that's such a low blow. It almost sounds like you don't even care about what I've been through. All this time, I've been working nonstop, and yet here you are mocking me for it. You have no idea what it's been like handling all of this on my own.
You really need to stop taking everything so personally. It's just that things have changed. You've been off living your life, but the situation has shifted now. I'm just stepping in where needed. You shouldn't be so upset by it.
Oh, sure. Keep telling yourself that while you're stuck alone in your little world, working away day and night. It must be a miserable existence, huh? It's no wonder you're still single. With everything that's going on, you've probably forgotten how to enjoy life. Maybe even how to enjoy being loved by someone.
You don't know what you're talking about. Just because I'm focused on my work doesn't mean I don't have a life or any happiness. People find fulfillment in different ways. I might not live like you do, but that doesn't make my life any less valuable.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and convince yourself that you're content with everything. That's what you've always done, right? When things aren't going the way you want, you just tell yourself that everything's fine. But I can tell you're not happy. You haven't experienced the kind of love I've had. The kind that makes you feel truly alive. It's a pity, really.
That's not true at all. Happiness isn't just about having someone love you. Everyone's happiness looks different. I've found fulfillment in my work and my accomplishments. You can't judge me for that.
Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night. But you've always been like this, trying to comfort yourself with those same excuses. But I'm done listening to it. This house, this space, it's mine now. My family and I will be living here from now on, and you shouldn't come back here. You've had your time.
Kayla, are you serious? You're actually saying this to me?
Yes, I'm serious. I've said everything I needed to say, and now there's nothing more to discuss. So don't come whining to me, okay? This is how things are now. I'm done.
May, it's been a long time.
Oh, Tiffany, it's been so long. What brings you here today? Is something wrong?
Well, I've found myself in a bit of a troublesome situation.
Oh dear, what's going on? Tell me everything.
Actually, it seems that Kayla's come back to the family home with her whole family.
Wait, what? Kayla? But she's been saying she's lost contact for so long, hasn't she?
Yes, that's right. And now she's saying that she's going to stay at the house, and I have no idea what to make of it.
Oh no, that's really problematic, isn't it?
Yes, and she's insisting that I shouldn't come back, as if she has the right to decide that.
Well, that girl has always been a bit of a spoiled one, but I never expected her to show up out of the blue. And at a time like this, too. I can't believe it, but I wonder how this even happened. Kayla had her moments of being a bit selfish, but she's never been this extreme before.
I think it's because I wasn't able to really take on the role of a parent for her. After our parents died in that accident, and with such an age gap between us, I thought I could step in and act as her guardian. But I guess it just didn't work out the way I'd hoped.
No, you shouldn't blame yourself like that. You need to hold your head up high. I've seen how hard you've worked for Kayla, and I know how much you've done for her. Kayla probably doesn't realize how much you've sacrificed for her, but I certainly do.
It's okay. I actually don't want her to know. I've kept quiet about it because I don't think she needs to hear about that. But now, I don't know what to do next. What should I do?
Well, that's not something that you need to decide for her. Kayla's an adult now, and she has her own family, right? So it's up to her to decide what happens.
You're right. I guess I'll try to talk to her one last time and see if I can understand what's going on in her mind.
Good. That's probably for the best. You should have one last conversation and try to clear things up. But remember, you can't do it all for her.
I'll keep that in mind. I just need to figure out how to approach it, especially given everything that's happened.
Yes, I understand. Take your time and don't rush into anything. You've done all you can already.
I appreciate your understanding, May. I'll get back to you once I've spoken with her.
Take care of yourself, Tiffany. You're stronger than you think. And don't let her make you feel otherwise. I'll be here for you if you need anything.
Thanks, I will. I'll keep you posted. Kayla, we need to talk again.
What for? I have nothing to talk about with you. This house is mine. That's all there is to it.
This house belongs to both of us, Kayla. It's also our family's house. You can use it as you like, but it's not yours to keep all to yourself.
Shut up! Don't tell me what to do.
Kayla, why is this happening? Why have we ended up like this? We've always supported each other since we lost our parents, but now why has it come to this? Why have we stopped talking to each other and started resenting each other?
Huh? Are you trying to say that we used to get along? Well, I never liked you. I was just stuck living with you because I had nowhere else to go. I had no choice but to stay there with you and pretend that I was fine. But I was miserable. I never wanted to be around you. You always had everything handed to you. You were always their favorite, and I always had to fight for the smallest scrap of attention.
What? That's a lie. Why? Why do you hate me so much?
It's obvious. You were always the favorite. Our parents always treated you better, and I was always the one getting scolded for everything I did. It didn't matter what I did. I was never good enough for them. You never had to face the things I faced. You always got off easy, and they didn't even notice how hard I had to work to prove myself.
That's not true. It's because you were selfish.
That's not true. I was just living normally, but our parents, they nagged at me about everything. It was so annoying. They didn't care about how I felt. They were constantly on my back, telling me I wasn't good enough. You don't understand how hard it was for me. I was just trying to survive in that house, and you made it harder. You never once tried to understand me. And in the end, it's clear who turned out to be better, right? You barely graduated high school while I got my degree. I worked hard for it. I studied day and night to get where I am. And look at me now. I have a wonderful husband, a life I can be proud of. Meanwhile, you're still single at your age. You're nothing. You've never done anything with your life. You're still dependent on others, still clinging to whatever scraps you can get. It's clear who's done better, but our parents couldn't even see that. They didn't even realize how much more capable I was than you. They were blind to it.
Your worth isn't determined by your education level or marital status.
Shut up! What do you know? You think you're so much better than me. I hated the way you always acted so superior, like you were our parents. You've always been condescending, always acting like you knew better than everyone else. You thought you could control everything, didn't you? You thought you were the better one, the one who was always right. But that's not true. And that's why when I got married, I left home right away and ignored you. I couldn't stand being around you anymore. I didn't even want you to be a part of my life. I didn't even invite you to my wedding because I knew it would just be one more thing that you try to turn into something about you.
I see. That really hurt, you know.
Oh well, too bad for you. Anyway, I hate you and our parents. The only reason I kept this house was because of what they did for us. That's the only reason it's still here. I couldn't just throw it away, but I don't want anything to do with it now. It's just a reminder of how they treated me, how they treated us. But that's it. Everything else, it's useless to me. Actually, it was harmful. They never understood what I was going through. I don't need them anymore, and I certainly don't need you. I wish I just died sooner, honestly. Maybe then I could have been free of all this.
Kayla, how can you say something like that? They were our precious parents.
I don't feel that way anymore. I don't think of you as family anymore. You're nothing to me. You're just a stranger. I'm done with all of this. I don't need anyone, and that includes you. You're out of my life now. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I've made up my mind, and there's no going back.
You really mean that?
Of course! This house is for my family, and we're going to live here happily. You, as an outsider, are not welcome here anymore. You're not a part of our family anymore. You never were. Not in my eyes. I'm cutting you off. I don't want you here, and I don't want you in my life.
If that's how you feel, then I guess there's nothing I can do about it.
So that means you won't be coming back, right?
I understand.
Yes! Don't contact me again, ever. I don't want to hear from you. I'm done with you, and I don't want you to be a part of my life anymore.
I won't.
What is going on here?
What do you mean? Did something happen?
What do you mean, did something happen? A contractor just came to the house and told me they were going to demolish it. And they're saying it was decided a long time ago. How is that possible?
There's nothing strange about it. They're demolishing the house, so you need to leave right away. You're in the way of the demolition team.
Don't mess with me. Who decided that without even consulting me? This house is supposed to be ours, right? So why would you make such a decision without even asking me?
It's ours, yes, but I inherited it. The title is in my name, so what happens with the house is my decision to make.
Are you kidding me?
I tried to contact you multiple times about this. The house has been in disrepair for quite a while now, and when I was thinking about demolishing it, I intended to consult with you. But you ignored every single one of my attempts, so I just had to go ahead and do it on my own.
If that was the case, you should have told me properly beforehand. Had you done that, I would have opposed it without a doubt.
Well, it's too late now. You ignored my attempts to contact you, and then you came back right before the demolition was about to happen. Honestly, you really don't make things easy. And now you're getting in the way of what needs to be done. You should have been more responsible.
This house holds so many memories for our family. How can you just destroy it without a second thought? You know how much this means to all of us.
I can't believe you're saying this.
Why wouldn't I say it?
Because I thought you hated our family. If that's true, then this house must be full of unpleasant memories for you. Honestly, wouldn't you have preferred that I demolish it on my own?
I didn't mean...
Well, either way, it's already decided. The demolition is happening, and there's nothing you can do to change that now. Just leave quietly. If you don't, you'll get in the way of the demolition, and interfering with that would be considered obstructing business. You don't want that on your record, do you?
Are you really going to go through with demolishing the house?
I already told you, yes, that's what's happening. I've made up my mind, and it's final. There's no turning back now.
Then what are you going to do? Didn't you live here as well?
Yes, I used to live there, but I'm living in a new place now. I'm in a much better situation than I was before.
A new place? What do you mean by that?
I moved into a wonderful tower apartment in the city. It's a whole new life for me, and I'm really enjoying it.
A tower apartment? How on earth could you afford that? You're barely a high school graduate.
Well, as you know, I've been with the same company since high school. Over time, I gained a lot of experience and built up my career. I worked hard, and eventually I got a promotion. With all that, I've been able to save enough money to buy the apartment. I guess hard work really does pay off.
Department head?
Yes, that's right. It's not something that happens every day, but with my dedication and the experience I've gained, I was able to move up the ranks. This promotion is really special, and it's something I'm proud of. Now I'm living the kind of life I always dreamed of.
You're kidding, right? You bought it? How could you afford something like that?
Yes, it's true. I saved up, and with my career on the rise, I decided to make the purchase. It's a good investment as well.
So it's not just for living purposes?
No, it's not just for living. I saw an opportunity and I took it.
But I'm also enjoying the comfort of living there, and that's something I really value. It's a reflection of how far I've come, you know?
That place must be enormous, huh?
Yes, it was originally designed as a family home, so it's quite spacious. It's exactly what I needed for the new chapter of my life. But I know it might seem like a lot considering where we came from, but this is where I am now.
Well, we could live there too, couldn't we?
What are you saying?
I mean, if you're living in such a nice place, we could too, right? We should move in there. It's so much better than the situation we're in now.
Well, if you want to live there, why not ask your husband? Don't ask me.
Tiffany, don't be so cold. You're my family. You should help me.
Stop it. We're not a family anymore, remember? You were the one who wanted to cut ties. Are you going to take that back now? Do you think I'll just welcome you back after everything that's happened?
No. I was just emotional at the time. I didn't really mean that.
So you say, but I don't believe you. You've made it clear how you feel about me. You said you didn't want to be part of the family anymore, and that hurt. I can't just forget about that.
What do you mean you don't believe me?
Of course I don't believe you. You can't just say that and then expect me to forgive you like nothing happened. You hurt me when you said that. Why should I pretend it didn't matter? You can't just take everything back when it's convenient for you.
You don't understand. Things got out of hand. I didn't really mean any of it.
Well, it doesn't matter now. You're the one who ended things. You wanted to separate, so now we're not a family anymore. You've made your decision, and so have I.
Please, Tiffany, I'm begging you. You don't understand. There's a reason why we came back to this house. We didn't want this to happen.
A reason?
Yes, my husband lost his job. We've been struggling to make ends meet. We couldn't afford rent anymore, so we had no choice but to move back here. But now, if this house is demolished, we'll have nowhere to go. We'll be on the streets. Please, Tiffany, help us. I don't know what else to do.
That sounds really difficult, but if that's the case, you should be working harder, don't you think? You can't just expect others to fix your problem.
What do you mean?
You say you're in trouble, but what are you doing about it? You need to work hard to support yourself. I've been supporting myself, and you should do the same. There's nothing I can do to fix your situation.
What? You're seriously going to just abandon us?
That's right. I've already made up my mind. You're the one who made this mess, and now you need to deal with it.
So you're going to leave us to suffer?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I've made my decision. It's time for you to take responsibility.
You never cared about us, did you? You never really thought of me as family, did you?
You can think whatever you want. I've made my decision, and I'm sticking to it. I've worked hard to get where I am, and I'm not going to let anyone drag me down.
No, I don't care anymore. I'll figure something out on my own. If you're not going to help me, then I'll just do it by myself.
Good. Maybe that's what you should do. You've always relied on others, but now it's time to grow up. Take responsibility for your own life.
It's been a while at me. Listen, could we stay at your place?
What? What's going on all of a sudden? Why the request out of nowhere?
It's an emergency. We've lost our home.
What do you mean, lost your home?
The house is being demolished, and now we have nowhere to go.
But the demolition of that house has been decided for a long time, right?
I didn't know anything about that.
You were just ignoring Tiffany's messages, weren't you?
That's not it. I've been tricked.
Tricked? What are you talking about?
Tiffany told me to come back to the family home. She said it was time to return, so I moved in with her. And then, after I settled in, they told me the house was going to be demolished, and now I'm left without a place to stay.
Why would Tiffany tell you that? Why would she ask you to return to the family home?
It's harassment! Tiffany has always been jealous of me. She's a high school graduate, while I've got a college degree. On top of that, she's still single and I'm married, so she's been treating me terribly, trying to make my life difficult.
Tiffany? That doesn't sound like her. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I've always known that she was jealous of me, and now I'm paying the price for it. So please, Aunt May, I'm begging you. Let me stay at your house. I'll leave as soon as I find a new place. Just please don't leave me out on the street.
Sorry, but I don't want to let you stay in my house.
What? Why not? Why won't you help me?
I don't want to help someone who disrespects Tiffany. especially when she's already gone out of her way to do so much for you.
What? What do you mean? I haven't done anything to disrespect her. I've just been stuck in a tough situation.
You don't understand, do you? Tiffany has done so much for you. She helped pay for your education. She worked hard to support you when you were in school. Don't you remember that?
What are you talking about? I don't remember anything like that. She told me the money for my tuition came from our parents' insurance, not from her.
That's not true. Tiffany worked really hard and paid your tuition herself. She didn't want you to feel bad or guilty, so she lied and said it was from the insurance money. But that's not what happened at all. Most of that insurance money went to the house loan, and the rest went toward covering everyday expenses. Tiffany worked a regular job right out of high school to support you. She took care of you while you went to college, and you never even thought to appreciate it, did you?
No, that can't be true. You're lying to me.
It's the truth. It's the truth, and you need to hear it. Tiffany never asked for anything in return. She gave up her own dreams to make sure you could live comfortably. But you've never acknowledged that, have you? You've been selfish and ungrateful all this time.
I didn't know. I didn't know any of this.
Well, now you do, and that's why I don't want to help you, because you've taken all of Tiffany's sacrifices for granted. And on top of that, you've mocked my brother and my sister-in-law. You've belittled the people I care about, and I won't stand for it.
What? What are you talking about? Tiffany told you all this?
Yes, she did, and now I've had enough. I can't stand by and watch you disrespect my family anymore. You've crossed the line. I don't care if you're family. You're nothing to me now. You don't deserve my help.
But Aunt May, please. I had no idea. I was just in a tough spot, and I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Can't you see that I'm just trying to survive right now?
I see you now for what you really are. You've never been grateful for anything Tiffany has done for you. You've taken everything for granted, and now you're asking for my help like nothing ever happened?
I didn't know what else to do. I didn't have anywhere else to go. Tiffany didn't give me a choice.
Well, you could have at least tried to understand what Tiffany was going through. You could have asked her how she was doing instead of treating her like she was your enemy.
But she's always treated me like I was beneath her. She's always been so perfect, so successful, and I just couldn't stand it. I've always felt like she looked down on me, and I didn't know how to handle it.
That's what you think? You think Tiffany has been looking down on you? She's been carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, making sure you had everything you needed. And this is how you repay her? By feeling sorry for yourself and blaming her for everything?
I didn't mean to. I just didn't know how to handle it. I thought I was doing the right thing by going back to the family home. But now everything is falling apart.
You've ruined everything and now you're asking me for help? I won't stand for it. I've already told you you can't stay here. You need to figure it out on your own, just like Tiffany did when she had to take care of you all those years. She didn't come running to anyone else for help, and neither should you.
But Aunt May, please. I don't know what else to do. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm begging you.
You should have thought about that before you disrespected Tiffany and made everything worse. Now you're on your own. Don't contact me again. Figure it out on your own, just like Tiffany did. I have nothing more to say to you.
Please don't do this.
It's too late for apologies. It's too late for anything. I'm done.
Tiffany, I heard from Aunt May. She told me that you sacrificed a lot for me, didn't you? All the things you did to help me, I never truly understood before.
Ah, I see. So Aunt May went ahead and told you. Well, I don't think it's really something you need to concern yourself with. I did all of that because it was what I wanted to do. It wasn't because I was forced or felt obligated. Back then it was because you were there for me that I was able to push through all those tough jobs. You were a big part of it.
I realize now that I misunderstood a lot of things. When I look back, I think I even looked down on you. Or perhaps it was just that I didn't fully appreciate everything you were doing. Maybe I was a bit too proud or naive about the situation, but I see things much clearer now.
I know, I understand exactly what you're saying.
But now I can clearly see what I did was wrong. I realize it now, and I really do want to make things right between us. Don't you think we can start over again? Just like how we used to be? Like real sisters? I've made up my mind and I've decided to change. I'm serious about it, Tiffany. I really want to change.
So you want to come and live with me then? Is that what you're asking for?
Yes, that's right. I've been getting better at managing housework. I can cook, clean, and do all of that. And honestly, don't you feel lonely living all by yourself in such a big house? I mean, it's so empty. You're just by yourself. Don't you think it would be so much more fun if we lived together, surrounded by family? It just feels like it would be so much better for everyone if we lived together.
Well, I guess you're right about that.
See? I knew you'll understand. Our family is so lively, so full of energy. We have so much fun every day. I'm sure you'd love it. I really believe you would. I'm sure it'd be great for you to be around us again.
Well, even if that's true, it's still not something that's going to happen.
Tiffany? Why? Why can't we live together again?
Because I don't need family anymore.
How could you say something like that? It's so cold.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant at all. What I meant is that I'm already living with family now. In my new apartment, I've already created a new life with the people who matter most to me.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
I've gotten married.
Wait, what? You're married?
Yes, I got married to someone I met at work. He's been married before and has a daughter as well. We're all living together now. It's just the three of us, and we've been having a really happy life together. It feels like a real family.
That's what happened?
Of course it is. Did you really think I'd just buy a family-sized apartment all by myself? Of course not. It wasn't just because I wanted a bigger space. I bought the place because it was necessary for our new life together. I needed to make sure that we had enough room to live comfortably.
So are you saying that there's no way we can move into that place with you? Me and the rest of the family, could we live with you?
Of course not. That's absolutely not possible. I've already told you, we're strangers now. You're not my family anymore, Kayla.
Tiffany, please, you have to forgive me. I'm begging you.
Ugh.
I'm so sorry. I'll apologize for everything, okay? Please, just forgive me.
You want to apologize?
Yes, I want to apologize. I'll apologize for everything. I'll apologize for what happened yesterday, for what I did, for all of it.
Yesterday? So you're going to apologize for saying that we should cut all ties, that you wanted to sever our relationship?
I'm really sorry. I know I was wrong. I was foolish to even think like that.
Well, then how about apologizing for the way you mocked our parents, for everything you said to them?
Yes, I'm sorry for that too. I shouldn't have said those things. I really regret it.
And what about the way you tried to kick me out of the house?
Wait, do I really have to apologize for everything, Tiffany? Is it necessary to apologize for each of these things individually?
Of course it's necessary. You can't just apologize once and think that's enough. You need to apologize for everything, every single thing you did wrong. And don't forget, you also have to apologize for ignoring my messages, for not inviting me to your wedding, and for everything else you did.
Ugh, I already told you I'm going to apologize for everything, okay? I said I'm sorry, didn't I?
Then if you're truly sincere, you'll apologize 1 billion times. If you do that, I'll consider it. Maybe then we can talk about the possibility of living together.
1 billion? You're not serious, right?
I'm absolutely serious. You've done things that can't be forgiven just like that. That's why I won't forgive you until you've really reflected on what you did. It's going to take a long time, maybe 10 years, but once you've done that, if you're still persistent, maybe I'll think about it.
Wait, 10 years? You can't be serious.
I am serious. You've hurt me and our family too much for it to be that easy. You need to reflect on what you've done, and when you've truly done that, when you've repented for all of it, then, and only then, will I even think about forgiving you.
But if you won't even let me contact you, how am I supposed to apologize?
Oh, right. Well, I guess it's impossible for you to apologize if you can't even contact me. But unless you've apologized for everything and truly repented, I can't accept you as part of my family again. Aunt May, I heard that Kayla contacted you, right? I'm really sorry for dragging you into this mess. I didn't mean to cause trouble for you.
It's okay. It's really fine. I'm sorry I even mentioned the school fees. I shouldn't have said that.
It's really no big deal. Honestly, I didn't want you to feel burdened by it because I know we're family. But now, well, we're not really family anymore, so it doesn't matter. We're not connected that way anymore.
Oh, I see. Well, it's really fine.
The reason I've been so focused on Kayla all this time is because she was the only family I had. But now I've started a new chapter in my life.
I have a new family now, and I want to focus on them. From now on, I'll be using my strength to support the people who really matter to me.
That sounds like a really good idea. I'm happy for you.
And you know what? You should come visit us sometime. We'd love to have you over.
Of course. I'll come by soon. I'll make sure to stop by.
Kayla and her family were kicked out of their home and had to search for a new place to live. Naturally, due to their income situation, it wasn't an easy task, and they faced a lot of challenges in finding somewhere suitable. It seems that the process wasn't straightforward, and they struggled to find a place that could accommodate their needs while staying within their financial limits. In the end, they were forced to settle for a small apartment. This meant they had to adjust to a cramped and uncomfortable lifestyle, one that required them to make significant compromises in order to survive. The space they now had was far from ideal, and it wasn't easy for them to get by. Kayla must have felt the weight of these changes as she watched her family adjust to this new, difficult way of life. One might think that if Kayla's husband had started working right away, things might have improved sooner, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case. It's said that he lost all motivation at work. Rather than looking for a new job, he chose to stay home and do nothing. This decision likely added even more stress to Kayla's already difficult situation. It's hard to imagine how frustrating it must have been for her to see him so inactive while they were all struggling to make ends meet. As a result, Kayla had no choice but to step up. She had to find a way to support her family financially. Now she works tirelessly, holding down multiple part-time jobs just to keep the household running. It's clear that she's doing everything she can to provide for her family, even though it's taking a toll on her own well-being. Kayla's situation must be incredibly taxing, having to juggle work and family life while also dealing with the emotional strain of her husband's lack of support. On the other hand, I'm living in a spacious apartment in a tower, enjoying a comfortable life with my own family. We've settled into a routine that makes us happy, and the three of us are able to live in peace and joy. My daughter has opened up to me quickly, and the bond we share is growing stronger each day. We enjoy spending time together, especially at the park. It's those moments filled with laughter and happiness that make me feel the most content. It's a simple pleasure, but it means the world to me. I want to continue striving to be the kind of parent that my own parents were, providing a loving and supportive environment for my family. I hope to create a life for my daughter where she can feel safe and cared for, just as I did when I was growing up. It's not always easy, but I'm doing my best, and I will keep pushing forward to build a better future for the ones I love. At the end of the day, I know that life is full of challenges, but it's how we face them that defines us. While Kayla and her family struggle to overcome their difficulties, I'm thankful for the stability I have. I can only hope that things will improve for them soon, and that Kayla will find the peace and happiness that she truly deserves. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.